and welcome back to another episode of Total Control with SD Huesca. We're finally back, boys. I know it's been a little while. It's probably a day later than you were expecting. I probably tweeted about it. Essentially, I had some problems with the camera. I took the camera away with me, and then I couldn't set it up again in the way that I had it set up before because of some stuff I did to it while I was away. It should be fine now. So hopefully, hopefully I'm not blue or something. Also, just wanted to quickly say thank you for the sort of support on the little update video I did, because I was away and I had no internet basically for the entire time I was there, which was actually bloody refreshing. You should try it. I didn't actually see what you guys had said about it until I got back, and I was, it was really sort of quite overwhelming in all honesty. And I really hope that you take that kind of positivity and the sort of the care that you've shown towards me and sort of turn it back on yourself sometimes, because I know that can be difficult to be introspective about these kind of things, and self-care is kind of a difficult thing, but it's very, very important that you treat yourself the way you treat other people as well, you know? Because I'm still not fully 100% right now, but I feel like we do need to make some videos after all, and that's why we're here. In the most stressful save on Football Manager, because that's just what we need right now. Honestly, like having to take some time off from this, I've kind of just come to the conclusion that we're just going to kind of have fun with this and see where we go from here. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll win a game this season. It would be glorious. But I do think, and some of you said this, that you're actually quite enjoying the fact that we're not winning hand over fist. And believe me, we're not winning hand over anything right about now. 10 consecutive league defeats. I think that might be the most I've ever had on an FM save. So hopefully we can break our duck. I have some thoughts. I've started every episode with that, I realise, but I have had some thoughts, and it's I hope that it's going to play into the things that we've done well and try to mitigate the things that we've not done so well. But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, won't we? The first of which is to add an extra man into the defensive wall for free kicks. Something basically we considered a goal because of this, because there was only one guy on the wall and they scored, and maybe they'd have scored anyway, but I want to try and make sure that's not a problem. But the main changes I want to make to the tactic, I want to do now. That way we've got a week in between coming up to the most important game of the season. I'm saying it now, is the Valladolid game. And then after that we've got Liga. We've got two massive away games. We kind of need to win both, to be honest. But if we win one of them and look decent in the other, maybe, I would be over the pissing moon, I gotta say. Right, let's talk about tactics first. So here's currently where we're at tactically. Now, I've had some thoughts and some things I want to try out. Some of it's the same shape, but there's some slight overhauls in certain areas, and a lot of it's actually kind of remaining pretty much the same, and a lot of it's kind of steering back into some of the ideas that I think worked for us early on, and then we kind of went away from while we were trying to fix other things, essentially. So let's talk about that now. The first thing I want to do, though, is move to a positive mentality. Now, obviously, this will be the sort of default. If we need to chase games, we can move to attacking. If we're really, really tight and defending, then we can move it a little bit back. We'll adjust that, really, to try and control the sort of the game a little bit more, basically. But as for possession, I want to just turn this down to standard. Everything here, kind of standard. Keep things really simple for the players. No ridiculousness needed, basically. We are going to overlap on the right-hand side, though, and you'll see why in a minute once I've actually switched up some of the positions, because there's going to be a few role changes. The other thing I want to do is keep doing the early crosses, because I think our best play has come as a result of this, because they're essentially providing through balls with the early crosses. That seems to be the only way I can make them do it. However, what I am going to do is switch to low crosses again, because I heard people talking about this, and the idea that if you haven't got the best crosses of the ball, and even if you do, low crosses tend to find the target more often than whipped crosses or the mixed sort. So I feel like if we go for low crosses, we should, hopefully, no matter who's starting up front for us, get good balls into good areas, basically. So that's the only real changes I want to make on the attacking bit. But what I want to change here is we're going all out here. Now, this might seem like lunacy, and it probably is, but I mean, what could go wrong at this point? So we're going to make both of our fullbacks into complete wingbacks. One on support, one on attack as it is. Because I feel like they're there. They've got this great attacking ability, and we just keep stymieing them. Now, they're going to have to do an awful lot of work, I grant you. In order to facilitate this, we're also going to... Where is it? We're also going to drop Musto back to be a more defensive role. That way he can kind of sit, and we'll have three players there. And the one final positional change I want to make is to turn Rivera's role into a Carriero, or I don't know, Carriero, I'm not sure, on support. And just leave everything else as is. Because I was looking at the kind of role descriptions. Now, although this says it's best used in the midfield three or a diamond, I think we could possibly get away with it in these three with a deep line playmaker. Sorry, with a DM behind them. And I just want to get the best out of these three. I'm not going to touch the actual instructions themselves. I realise this is quite a lot of changes, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything. And this is just some thoughts I'd had over the period from just watching some stuff back, basically. So transitional, I want to keep things mostly the same. However, I want to try out counter press. I've basically shied away from using counter press pretty much the entire year of FM, because I tried it out with Fulham and it did no work. However, I think this might be the kind of approach that we might need to take, a more counter, since we've tried to play counter-attacking anyway, and I think being counter across the board could help us. But the biggest changes for me is we're going to turn the pressing intensity down a little bit so that we sit a little bit and we don't just get dragged out of position quite as much. And the other change I want to make is to push the line of engagement up. We're actually going to go with an offside trap as well because we're playing a higher line, and I think you kind of have to. We don't have to, but it's wise to. So that's the other changes I want to make. And as a result of that, I want to play Jovanovic as a sweeper keeper. Now, I'm going to start him on attack, but I don't really know if that's where I'm going to change it. I think the chances of us staying up are very, very slim, but I do want to at least make a go of it, let's face it. But the reason I wanted to sort this now is so they've got kind of a week to get used to it, because if you look, the familiarity is, particularly on the pressing intensity and certain other aspects, is going to be a little bit on the low side just for now until the players get used to it a little bit more. And we'll sort of see who we want to... I kind of like this midfield three, and I like the back four as it is. Juanpi or Chong, I wouldn't mind trying out Chong in a few games. I feel like Juanpi's probably a better player all round, but Chong has that added pace. And I still think Gallego's probably our best bet up top, to be honest. And that's a sorry state of affairs when you look at our strikers. God help us. I mean, nothing we've tried so far has really worked, or when it has, it still doesn't seem to have worked that well. I just hope that we get a point. Give me a point. Also, apologies if I seem a little bit rusty on certain things. I've literally not played this save in like nearly 2 weeks. And that's a rarity for me. And trying to jump straight back into things, obviously, as you can imagine, it's quite difficult. And yeah, unfortunately, with Valladolid beating Real Madrid earlier, and Lagana's at least lost, but that was the last thing we needed. It's not pretty reading, is it? 10 games in, no points. And the teams directly above us both have games in hand. We kind of need to win a couple of games, and I just don't know. But either way, it's the fight that makes this fun. For me, anyway. I mean, let's face it, looking at the analysis, we didn't deserve anything if you look at the balance from the Atletico game. But just once, I'd like a little bit of luck where we just get something from a game that we don't deserve. Because I feel like every chance we've had where we did deserve something, we've got nothing. And we've not had any of the luck go in our favour just yet. But one day! Vallecano took a draw with Eibar, and annoyingly, Girona went and won themselves a bloody football match. Right, let's look at a week's training, shall we? So we've got Valladolid on the weekend on Saturday. I want to put in some match preparation of attacking movement. And I also want to defend free kicks, because I still don't think we're quite up to scratch on that one just yet. I'm going to put in a ball retention session instead of an attacking direct one, because we still want to play a bit direct, but I just want to work on this sort of stuff for now. But the wings, very, very important. Patience, not quite so much, and a few little physical ones in here too. And of course, between there, we've got the international break. So a nice week off for us to really work on stuff. It'd be good, actually, just to get the players back and fresh. I might even schedule a friendly for the weekend in there. So the players that are around, we could play, just build the morale up. I've done this before, and it could well work for us, just to try it out against a weaker team. Because honestly, I think we kind of need it, particularly as our next game isn't until the Sunday. I might try and find us a friendly in here. So I think we're going to play a friendly against Gina. Because why wouldn't you want to play a friendly against Gina? I realise it's not Gina, but it's Gina. We're going to smash some Gina. Because we don't actually have that many players that go off on international duty, really. So we should have a relatively full-strength team, which would be good for morale. We can test out some stuff in a non-competitive environment for once, and just see. Some scout reports back from the options that we looked at in Argentina, but it's kind of irrelevant at this point because of the foreign player rules and the fact that we just don't have the money. See, look, we're really not losing that many players. Juanpi, Mango, obviously, Herrera, who hasn't playing for us at the moment, and Chong. That's all we're really going to lose. We maybe lose one more player, so we're going to have a pretty full-strength team for that friendly. And honestly, say we come up with a miracle and beat Valladolid. Admittedly, they just beat Real Madrid, so, you know, make of that what you will. That friendly would be great because it would allow us to hopefully compound some of that performance. Okay, Moy Gomez wants to terminate his loan. That's fine. He's an attacking midfielder. We're just not going to use one of those. The other good thing about that friendly there is it's going to give us, hopefully, if this tactical approach at least makes us look a bit better, it will give us 2 weeks to really start to compound that into us a little bit more too. So we can go into that Lagana's game really fresh. Cool looking left-sided player, Georgian, that plays for Randers. We might give him a bit more of a scout. I'm just interested at this point. So my assistant wants us to go more defensive. I mean, sure, but I want to try out actually trying to just play to our strengths, and our strengths seem to be balling behind. I think I'm still going to start Gallego because he seems to be the one that's got that the most, despite not always being the fastest. Defensive approach, absolutely not. We will play to win. I am concerned. I love that personality is old and boring. Poor Angela. I'm going to stick the boot in on Valladolid. We're going to have a battle with them all season. We might as well. It'd be brilliant, wouldn't it, if we get to the point where we're like 20 points adrift and basically relegated, and I'm still sticking the boot in saying, I think they're going to struggle. Okay, they're doing all right. Pre-match briefing, right then. Going to go with that. They don't care. They're not going to like that at all. They're just not. Hit early crosses, though, I do think Yes, they actually agree. And I genuinely think that's because that has shown to work for us. I think I might just quit while I'm ahead at this point because we've got some green. They all like the early crosses. They did do us a favour. That's good to see that another team down there with us is going to lose another game. I don't know. We're 10 points behind them, but we need them to lose as much as possible. By the way, Espanyol, great season they're having. Individual training reports as well. Juanpi having a bloody brilliant time so far. Has he got a goal for us this season? I'm pretty certain he hasn't. Oh no, he has got one for us. He scored that beautiful one against Sevilla, didn't he? Honestly, the plan is just to try and keep the morale from these guys as much as possible, as high as possible, for as long as possible. Okay, so Nilmar, I'm actually going to let him be available there because I'm not going to start him today. Everybody else, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to start Gallego today with Mango and potentially even Hernandez available off the bench, not sure. I mean, when you look at this, a win here would still only put us 5 points behind them, but a loss would be catastrophic because I feel like they're one of the teams that are right on that bubble. Alaves also look pretty bad with their minus 14 goal difference, to be honest. As for who to start, I think it's going to be fairly straightforward. Basically, Nilmar or Gallego. I really like Gallego. I don't know why. He just seems to... He's scored goals for us. Like, Nilmar, you'd think would be good, but he just doesn't seem to be. Mango's done well against weaker opposition, but his composure really does concern me. And Hernandez, I've just not been impressed with at all. It's the 4th best striker according to the game, but I just feel like Gallego's got that little bit extra for us at times. Gaia can be really hit and miss. I don't know. This is what we're going to go with. At least there's links building up between these players, and if we can stick with a constant lineup, hopefully over time, we can just about maybe start to make something happen. I really don't know, though. So, 4-4-2, as we know, with a deep line playmaker. 2 wingers. There's no inside or inverted wingers. They've got a deep line forward and an advanced forward in Enis Unal, who I'm guessing is going to be their main man. Probably try to get the ball to Plaza and then get it around the side for him. They've got Nacho and Moyano's particularly coming forward on this side. So, cautious mentality. Let's just see how they're actually going to shape up. Positive and flexible. So, fairly similar to us. Most vulnerable, actually, to facing the system we're playing. So, that could potentially help us. But let's see. So, when they beat Real Madrid, they actually played a different system. So, it's not going to be ideal for working out how they might play against us today, but you could very much see that they love this right hand side. Look at the favouring of that right is insane. See if we've got any more stats from other games they play where they lost comfortably to Athletic Bilbao and again favoured the right hand side, but again they did play a different system. Okay, so they played a 4-4-2 against Leganes and interestingly favoured the other side of the team, but had a very, very different lineup. So with that in mind, I think I might actually mark up Kiko on this right. We're going to make sure that we're not getting too hard on Enis Unal and try to just avoid doing that in general. And I don't know if we want to mark up Moyano because that would really take Gaia out of the game, but it might not be a bad idea because he's clearly going to be part of their attacking focus so far. I think I'm more nervous for this one than I have been for any other game, partly because it's been a while since I've played the game, and secondly because there's so much riding on this. New tactical approach, sort of. Okay, let's go. I would say even a point, but I don't think any points other than a win is good enough. Yeah, screw it. Let's stick the boot in again. It's Angela Yarke again, sticking the boot in. Here we go. I would say there's a lot on the line, but it's a lot more than that. Luisinho, I find, because of their 4-4-2, he might well be cutting inside more than he would normally. I don't know. Tony doesn't look fully fit. Oh, God. Unal's already in behind, but well won by Insua, and is able to play it back. But apparently he seems to be all right. Musto. Yaya Toure. This is where we need to get the ball, and Gallego needs to be making those runs in behind. The one... Oh, he's got it! Gallego's through! Oh, and hang on. I mean, they're always given. This is going to be a penalty. Yaya Toure is going to take, but I don't know if we've got that sorted out, so we need to make sure that we do, because I don't want someone like Musto taking it. These are always penalties. We've got a huge chance to take the lead away at Valladolid here, albeit from the penalty spot, so it's not exactly open play creation. Right, okay. Musto will not take the penalty. I really need to sort that out. I mean, he's decent, but he's no Yaya Toure. Like, come on. Yaya Toure is needed here. If Toure gives us the lead from the penalty spot here, this will be a massive start to the game, because then we could really... Go on, Yaya. Give us the lead. No! For God's sake. Oh, my Lord. Like, the play to create the penalty was good. That's what I mean about having the goalkeeper being a sweeper keeper. He's picking out passes like that I just don't think he was before. Gallego's in again, and it's saved by Yoel. Hello, good start to the match. It's nice to meet you. I can't believe we missed a penalty. Like, we just cannot seem to get it right. We did really well to earn the chance to score a goal, and we missed the goddamn penalty. I mean, do not get me wrong. Like, it's been an overwhelmingly positive start from us. We've been vastly the better side, creating all sorts of chances. Tony. I'm losing the will to live here. What is going on? Why is this guy just standing alone, not... He doesn't move once during the entire play. What? What is that? So we miss a penalty, better side for the opening 25 minutes, and then they scored the first shot on target when a player literally stands perfectly still for the entirety of their attack. Magic. Juanpi comes back to Rivera. We've still got a lot more to go, but now we've got to come from behind. I mean, let's face it. Toure. Oh, it's scored! Come on! It's 1-1. Yaya Toure. I mean, that does make up for the fact that he's missed the penalty, but what on earth is going on? Hey, we've equalised. That's all I care about right now. That's literally an instant response. Yaya Toure's first goal in the league. That might even be his first competitive goal for us entirely. Juanpi does well to cut inside here, but there is nothing on here, and Toure's just picked one out, and that is a sensational effort from range. That might be goal of the month material. It's 1-1. Come on. We still look pretty solid. Juanpi blocked and out for a corner. I'd say we've been the better side so far. The possession is not great. Gallego coming deep. Ball across. Oh, it's in the back of the net. It's Pablo Insua, and we have a 2-1 lead. This game should be almost in bed by now. It's past its bedtime. That is a bit fortunate from us in some ways. I think the initial shot comes back to him. Gallego, I really need to move him around because he seems to be out wide for some reason from this now. Gallego's ball in. It's an initial shot, and it's actually come back to Insua, and he's put in the second attempt, and we now have the lead away at Valladolid. Come on. But right now, I am over the moon with the first half performance here. Gallego flicks it back for Musto. I mean, we've been in this position, sort of. Not really, though. Winning positions have been few and far between for us this season, particularly against games we should be doing all right in. Uh-oh. Gontan has gone past a few. Ball across, and that should be an easy one to mop up. Oh! Round the side for Yaya Toure, and tipped over the top by Yoel. We're finally... I think we might be onto something. Finally. Juanpi's ball. Echeta flicked it on, saved by the goalkeeper. I can't say it's been a perfect first half. We've been excellent, and the possession's even coming back. But... it could definitely have been so much better. I feel like it was unfortunate from the situation for whatever happened to concede the goal, again from an indirect free kick, second phase albeit, and we should have scored the penalty as well. We should have this 3-0 rather than 2-1, but hopefully there's still more to come. I don't want to go cautious or anything like that because I just feel like that will invite pressure. I feel like we've got to put this game to bed. Like, Gallego's not done a brilliant job tonight, but the one thing he did do well was he got into the position to win that penalty. Like, it was a good little ball over the top from Toure, I think, and Gallego won us that penalty. Possession is coming back our way a little bit again. Juanpi's ball. Insua flicks it over the top, but it's cleared. Rivera blocked. Nice work again there. We've had some shots on target. We've got a couple of goals. Ball over the top. Uh-oh. Unal, that's a really good chance. It's too wide. Great save from Jovanovic. I think Luisinho might be my first substitution in all honesty. He picked up a knock earlier in the match, and we've got to be careful. Ball downfield. Oh, we've let Unal bring it down. What are we doing? What are we doing? And that just has nothing to do with the mentality whatsoever. This is insanity. Keeper just lumps it long. All he has to do is go and win the header. What are you trying to win a slide tackle for? I don't think I can understand anymore. The fact that he's tried to win a slide tackle instead of just trying to win the... Why doesn't he try and win the header? There's no reason why he shouldn't go for the header there. He's just let it happen. We've been really, really decent on the night. Given up a couple of opportunities. Fair enough. Oh, for goodness sake. I guess a point would be better than nothing, but... Gallego over the crossbar again. We've actually been really quite decent on the night. Should have been 3-0 up in that first half. And as usual, it just hasn't been it. I think our best bet is just to sort of go, you know what? A point here. It will be our first point of the season. And there's definitely some positives to be taken here. Another 2 goals scored, albeit 2 conceded, I know. That's more like it. Why couldn't you have done that when the keeper lumped it long? Feel it in my bones. Ball over the top. What a tackle from Insua. That really should have been 3-2 to them, in all honesty. I think they've started to get a bit more of a stranglehold on the game. What I would say, though, only 6 fouls committed, which is much, much better. Still managed to concede a goal from an indirect free kick. Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, it was a free kick to us. Yaya Toure, can he get it in behind for Gallego? Gallego's through. Can he get the touch on it? No! Oh, my God! And it's saved by Yoel. I feel like we've been decent. We've given up a bit too many chances tonight, albeit. But my God, we still probably could have won this game in places. We had a penalty, we missed it. I just don't know anymore. The first goal we conceded pisses me off to no end because our player just stood there for literally no reason. And the fact that we missed a penalty is just... Of course we missed a penalty. But we gave up a few too many chances. But I definitely feel like there were some positives to be taken. More so than usual. We finally got our first point of the season. But we really could have done with winning this one. And maybe we can make some tweaks in that friendly and really start to go for it in that Leganes game. Right, what's Walker Peters' injury? Oh, God. All right. So both of the right backs now. Are we down to a Capo? It's going to be a Capo, isn't it? Athletic, though. Ridiculously good start to the season for them. Girona pulling themselves out of trouble a little bit. At least we've gained a little bit, I suppose. Little moments. Just if things could just not... But I feel like we're maybe on the right track for something. So, next episode, obviously we're going to have the friendly against Gina, as well as, of course, the Leganes game. We're not just going to skip, we're not just going to do an episode with a friendly in it. We will still focus on this as well, though. So, it'll be a bit of a heavy episode, because this game here is so important. We've taken our first point of the season, albeit, and it's away from home, I guess, and it's a game where we maybe could have won it. There was chances. Gallego had opportunities in that game to put balls in the back of the net for us, as did Yaya Toure from the penalty spot. We really should have done better in that game, but that's just how things go, unfortunately. We at least got a point, so we're at least slightly moving in the right direction, but still another 2 goals conceded, and I think we're only going to be worse defensively as a result of what we're doing, but I think hopefully we can just score more than the other team. That's going to be the new plan for the rest of the season. God help us. We've got a point. That's cool, isn't it? Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, leave a like. Leave a like for our first ever point in the top flight. That's got to be worth something, hasn't it? And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Maybe next time we'll probably draw again. That'd be quite nice too, wouldn't it? I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.